And it was like the pain I felt, I knew that it was the pain that I'd caused to everybody my whole life. And then all of a sudden, I seen this huge light, and I come out of it, and I'm hanging halfway out this blazer window, because we end over end, and then we rolled sideways. And when we rolled sideways, I got halfway ejected. It rolled over the top of me. So I'm kind of lift my head up, and the guy who was driving, he's standing, I don't know, probably about 30 feet away. And he's looking, and he's just bawling, sobbing, and he's a funny color, funny shade of gray. He looked up, and he just stopped dead, and he turned a whole different color, a pale, and he's like, yeah, you were dead. You were dead. We wrecked so hard that my belt loops broke on my pants, my belt popped up, my shoes came off. I couldn't hardly walk, but yet I didn't trust this guy to go get help. I walked with him, and come to find out, I had a broken back. I drove that vehicle home because it landed on its wheels in a mud hole. So we walked to this farmer's house, and he got his big tractor. He pulled us out. I drove us back to Wolf Point. First thing we did, went right to Get and Go. Got 2 18 packs of beer, pulled in my backyard. I showered. I walked in my house after being dead. Smoked a bunch of weed, got drunk. We both, that didn't change our lives either way. It kept propelling. In my line of thought at the time, I'm already on borrowed time. I know where I'm going. Why not get there hard? I was 26, and that carried me till I was 38 when I finally had enough and gave up and realized, man, I've tried everything. All right, I quit. Help me. Take this. And the first time I ever asked for my drug and alcohol for the need to use go away was my second time in a sweat lodge. The first time I only made 2 doors. I couldn't handle it. I wasn't there yet. But the second time, and it's probably still to this day one of the hottest Anipis I've ever been in. And they opened the door, and everybody in there's laid out, but this flash of light happened for me in there. And that's where the Creator came for me, and I was crying. I was sobbing, just crying, and everything just faded away. I couldn't hear anything, and seeing this big light, and all of a sudden it felt like just shingles were getting knocked off my back, and as they were, I'm sitting higher and higher in there, and finally it just boom, I could breathe. I was like, oh. And mind you, I'm in jail at the time when this happened. We were out doing community service, and that happened for me, and they opened the door, and everybody in there, everybody's laid out flat, everybody, the old timers, everybody. And I'm sitting there straight up, just feeling the most peace I've ever felt in my life. And when this is going on at the time, I didn't really trust what really happened, because I'm still hearing voices. I'm still having some crazy stuff happening in my mind because of the dope, you know. It messes with you in a way that you can't explain. It's like you can, it's like a heart bypass. Like you can go around the parts that don't work right and recreate new stuff. And so in that essence, you could take a whole bad traumatic experience. It don't ever go away. It's in there, it's embedded, it's taking up memory space. It's got real estate in there. But the way you think about that event creates a whole new thing. You have all this different firing going off around, and it's like that traumatic event becomes a tool. It becomes equipment for you to move forward and succeed. So the only limitations I realized when I started putting this stuff together, and it didn't come, it was a Creator helping me with this, but I was asking, I was praying, I was wanting to grow and understand why I was the way I was. The only limitations I ever had was what I put on myself by thinking I wasn't good enough. And I felt it in here, so then I thought it and I believed it. Yeah. So when things would get too good, I'd sabotage it. I'd think I didn't deserve it no matter what it was, whether it was a relationship, a family, a job, having a nice car. It was like, wait a minute, this ain't right. This is too normal. I can't have this. Why do I'm not worthy of this. It's like, so in that moment right there, the seeds were already planted. The gears were in motion for me. I was going to do what I needed to do to make sure I couldn't be happy, because I felt I didn't deserve it no matter what. Most of my life, I worked hard, but it was as hard as I made it to do what I thought I needed to do, what I thought I had to be doing. Now, putting in the hard work that recovery has taught me I need to do for my mental, spiritual, emotional, physical well-being, to do that, that allows me to believe that, man, all I gotta do is keep putting in the effort, keep doing what I'm doing, keep praying, keep going forward with that, and whatever I need's coming.
It's already there.
It's there. You just gotta believe that it's coming. It's a belief system. If you believe it's a horrible day because of the weather, when you got this going on, it's gonna be a horrible day for you no matter what you got going on. I love how my life is going. I don't know where it's gonna end up, but I know where it's been, and I was so lost and hopeless. I just wanted to die. I don't ever want to feel like I want to die again, because that kind of death is a permanent one, because I had no spirituality. Now, I'm not going to die. I'm going to transition to the next part of my journey. That's my belief. That's where I'm going. That's what drives me every day to wake up and go do the work that I need to do. That's it, plain and simple. There's still things that pop out that aren't quite healthy, that shouldn't come out, but it's a progress. It's progress, not perfection. It's a journey. So every day, those things, they're not gone. So the healing process happens every day, but just what level am I going to allow it for myself? It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to feel hopeless. It's okay to not trust anybody. It's okay to feel those things. What's not okay is not talking to somebody about it, not taking that step. It can always get worse. So there's balance in the universe. If it can always get worse, it can always get better. You're not alone. Someone has gone through that hell that you're going through. Someone has lived it. I have. People went before me. I'm not the only one. There's always someone that understands exactly what you're gone through. Might not have gone through the same exact situation, but I'll be damned if I haven't come close to probably a lot of them, you know what I mean? And I'm not the only one. There's other people out there. But don't give up. Don't ever give up. But it's okay to be hurt. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to not understand why things are going that way. It's okay for that to happen. What's not okay is to not try one more time. All it takes is one more time. Just try one more time.